All right, plant friends, we are back with another video. Today we are talking about my favorite plants at the moment. These really haven't changed too much. This is why I haven't done a favorites video in a while. I think my last one I called something like plants that are making me happy and one that's not. Although actually I don't think any of those plants are on this list right now. But go back and watch that if you haven't seen it yet. First up on my list, in no particular order, and coming up, Janie's going to help us with the list. Can you say hi? Okay. We are going to talk about my favorite plants. First one, like I said, in no particular order, is my green maranta here, my lemon lime maranta. It is, of course, nighttime because apparently that's the only time I film videos is when it's really late at night. Oh, baby. Actually, it's not really late at night. It's like 8 o'clock, maybe, but it's very dark outside. And the plants think it's really late because it's praying before nighttime. Anyway, as I blather on, yeah, I just really like, I mean, obviously I've gone out of town recently. There's a couple of dead leaves in here, but you know, I'm not really too concerned. Overall, the plant looks really healthy. And you know what? Sometimes leaves die. That's just real life. As long as our kitties are okay. Mwah. Yeah, it's got great rich colors, dynamic, beautiful patterns. What's not to love if you are someone who's into that? You know, I love the colors. I love everything that's happening there, which leads me to my next favorite, my red maranta. It's got a great pot, and unlike the lemon lime, it has a little bit of red in it. And that's kind of where the similarities end, which is probably why they're my first two picks for favorites. This one does have a little bit of color on the back of the leaf as well. It's very beautiful, kind of reddish color on some of them. Some of them only have so much. Others have a lot more. I think maybe older leaves kind of get darker on the back. Yeah, it kind of seems to be like the leaves get darker as they get older. I think that's kind of rad. Did I mention how beautiful is this pot? Like, it's this beautiful mustardy gold color. I don't know. What do you think, Jane? Is it pretty? Pretty enough to eat? I know, I set myself up for that one, huh? I love prayer plants. I've done a video on care tips, which I'll put up in the cards. Click up here. You know, I feel like I say that a lot and I forget to do it. I'm really sorry if you've been watching my videos long enough to know that. Anyway, the third plant on my list of favorites for this month is my lemon lime philodendron. It is part of the hederaceum or cordatum. I feel like, I was watching Pete versus Plants, and he had a moss pole he just decapitated, basically, and he said that part of it was cordatum and part of it was hederaceum. And I think the main difference was like the size of the leaves. But I don't know that much about plants. I love plants, but I don't know that much about them. It's kind of like the syngoniums, the chiapense and the macrophyllum that look like really, really similar when they're babies, and then when they're mature, they look completely different. I'm assuming that the philodendron don't look completely different. It's more of a size thing. I don't know. We're blabbering on about plants I don't own. Or ignore me. Moving on. Lemon lime philodendron, or neon pothos lemon lime philodendron. Lemon lime philodendron, very beautiful. Love that yellowy color. It's so pretty. And if you're wondering, this is my emotional support scrunchie, apparently. I don't know. I just felt like wearing it today instead of a bracelet because it's stretchy and like faux suede. I don't know. Just made me happy. kind of like this philodendron. This guy was doing really poorly when I first got it. Well, actually, not when I first got it, but like after I'd owned it for a little while. You could tell these like little leaves down here. Those are from when I was abusing it. And this is now that it's directly under my little grow lights, which I thought broke today, but apparently it was just a little USB plug. Apparently the wall or the grow light, someone decided it didn't like the plug that I was plugging the USB thing into. So I got a new USB thing for it and I plugged that in. And it works. Wait, no. That's on my other. The one in the kitchen, I don't know. I don't have a replacement for that USB one. But I plugged my other grow light into the USB. And now it's working. So I can use the grow light that was over here above my desk in the kitchen until I find a USB plug port. What are they called? The block. The block that plugs into the outlet. Anywho, gorgeous. It's happy, growing big leaves. I also have pieces of this propagating in one of my boxes. It's just pretty. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Another plant. Plant number 4 on my list is my tiger fern here. I just watered it, so hopefully the leaves are looking nice. Except this frond, that one's dead. Well, that wasn't the desired effect, but whatever. I was trying to pull the whole thing out and it just pulled the little leaves off. Anyway, it's just so pretty, and I love the pot that it's in with the gold and the turquoise. I just think it's so gorgeous. And look, I mean, like, look at all of those patterns. They're all different. This frond is so freaking long. Oh my goodness. Like, who told you you could get so big? I feel like that's what I always tell my cousins and their babies. And yeah. Anyway, it's gorgeous. Kind of smells like my fertilizer because, yeah, I fertilize my plants in the winter, guys. They need it. They're still growing. If it's growing a new leaf, fertilize that bee. Okay? Next plant on my list is one that I've told you was a favorite before. I think I mentioned it in my last houseplant tour. It's my philodendron. No! Oh, okay, it does have. I was so scared that this didn't have any variegation, but it does, just a little bit right there. My philodendron Brazil. That's what it's called. I keep thinking it's a Rio. I'm like, I don't have a Rio. I have a Brazil. But they all look super similar to me. I don't know the difference. Yeah, this one just, it has beautiful leaves and everyone is different. Like, it's so awesome. This one's really cool in particular. This one is almost fully lemon. This one's almost fully lime. I don't know. Again, I really like lemon lime and yellow, orangey, beautiful, rich, deep, dark colors. I feel like they make my home look even more jungly, and I'm here for it, okay? I guess actually, tropical jungle specifically though, you know? Okay, let's see. Okay. I was not going to add more plants to this list, but they're sitting right behind me. So before I get to the last actual favorite of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I have 6 favorites here, but I have 2 honorable mentions that I have to add in, I feel like, which are my burle marx variegated. It's just so cute. It's like 1.5 leaves, you know, still working on that one. And then this guy, I feel like it gets props for putting out a new leaf, and because all of that amazing pattern that kind of looks like texture, but it's really smooth actually. None of what looks kind of like variegation. Or not variegation. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, guys. None of what looks like texture is actually texture. It's more pattern. But I love it. and it's pretty. And I can't wait for this new leaf to push out because it's going to be cute as shit. Also, look at that juicy ass root. That is a nice boulder. Yeah. If you get that reference, please write down below what movie that is from. That is a nice boulder. I like that boulder. I know, Jane, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I like that boulder. That is a nice boulder. That's a quote. Anyway, before Jane tells me I've lost my marbles completely, which would probably mean I had because she's a cat and she doesn't actually talk. She just gives me looks. My last favorite is, of course, my anthurium magnificum. Yes, I know it's silvery. Yes, I know it's velvety. And yes, I know this leaf is bigger than my head. I think. Or at least the same size. I got a big head. But, like, it's gorgeous. Heart-shaped leaf. It's got some sparkle and pizzazz. And it's just freaking huge, man. Like, that's all I want in a plant, apparently, is huge. Big leaves. Yeah. Well, now that I've babbled on about plants, let me just take a few seconds to talk about pawTree, which is this lovely sweatshirt I'm wearing right here. pawTree is the pet food, supplement, and even treats and toys company that I work with on the side. I don't talk about them very often, but I just wanted to remind you guys that they make excellent Christmas presents. We have toys and treats and all kinds of healthy goodies for both cats and dogs. I don't have any puppies, but if I did, they would be eating pawTree food. Murphy, our little brother, definitely likes all of the goodies even more than Jane does. Please don't eat that. But yeah, you should check out my link tree. It's linked in the description below. It'll take you directly, well, not directly, it'll take you, the link tree link will take you to my link tree, which is that page with all my links on it. It does have pawTree. It has some shirts that I've personally designed for my own brand. And it has links to my Instagram, my blog that I haven't written for in like a year. But if you're interested, I will start writing again because I like writing. I've just been too busy in the brain to settle down and write. But you know what? Maybe one day we'll get back to it. Still paying for it. Might as well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this weird video of my favorites. And I love you all.